For the question as well. It's lucky. What do you say? Have a t-shirt bad, yeah.
T-shirt bad.
It's lucky. Should be too far. Hydraulics. It's low. Shalom. The I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. Shalom. The I.S.U.P.K started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA. And our job is to teach teach according to the Bible, the black man, Native Indian man, Hispanic man are the real Jews according to the Bible.
That's right.
And we teach at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Classes 5 times a week for Lakia. And a radio podcast on the ends every Friday also. So we got Monday class, which is the history class, 7 to 9 at 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Tuesday we got the Brotherhood class, live from London by Officer Shamgar himself, man. 7 to 9. You can watch it on 1 West United Kingdom on YouTube, I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom on YouTube, I.S.U.P.K_UK on Periscope, and I.S.U.P.K United Kingdom on Facebook also. On Wednesday, we've got the law class. As blacks and Hispanics and Native Indians, we've got laws that we must keep, man. You know what I mean? We're in this situation right now, which is a situation of poverty, a situation of dying. Why? Because we broke them laws, man. And the I.S.U.P.K teach them same laws every Wednesday, man. Officer Dangobar in the UK teaches them same laws, man. So if you're a black man, Hispanic man, and Native Indian man, you need to come down to 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW, and learn them laws, man.
That's right.
And what's some of these laws? Some of these laws you learn. Some of the laws that you learn in the beginning, they'll break your heart, man. You know what I mean? There are things that you've been doing for years, things that you do out of habit, man. They'll break your heart, but guess what? In the long run, they'll save your life, man. You know what I mean? What's some of them laws? Not eating pork. A lot of brothers hear that and break their heart, man. They love pork, man. They love jerk pork and the full English with the sausage and the bacon and so forth, man. But in the long run, black man, it will save your life, man. Having sex with horses. A lot of brothers love having sex with horses, man. They love it, man. It's fun, you know what I mean? It's how they release their steam and whatnot, man. It will break your heart at first, man. But guess what? It will save your life, man. And then every Thursday, we got the scripture breakdown class by Captain Parasha himself, man. The Lord's horseman, man. Any scripture breakdown you need to know, come to that class, man. 394 Lodge Road, B18 5PW. Come to that class, man. If you think the white man can be saved or all nations can be saved, you read John 3:16, you don't understand it, no problem, man. You bring that question to the scripture breakdown class. If you think getting baptized in water will save your life, you know what I mean? You read when Christ said, go out to all nations and baptize in the name of it. No problem, man. Bring that scripture to class. If you believe God, the Father, and the Holy Spirit is one person, which don't make no sense, mind you. But, thanks to Christianity, like all of our people, you don't understand the Bible, man. If you believe that no sweat, man. Bring that to Thursday's class. And, Captain Prash will break that down for you. Every Friday, 9 to 12 is on the ends, man. All the hot topics in the black community, man. You know what I mean? Make sure you watch that, man. It's me, myself, Captain I.S.U.P.K, my young from DC, live from DC, man, the Warhead, man. And also make sure you tune into the grill, man. Black Watch, Black Watch every Monday, 2 a.m. after midnight, man. Log into that, man. And also follow Black Watch, like and subscribe to it, man. Daily updates, man. Daily videos, man. And how to keep yourself alive, man. How to better yourself, man. That's what we need. If you're a black man, you gotta stop buying Creflo Dollar's book, man. Stop going to the bookstore and buying Creflo Dollar's book, man. And tune into Black Watch, man. That's what you need to do. Also, make sure you pay your tithes. 10% of everything you earn goes to the priests and prophets of the Most High, man. 10% of all your earnings go to the priests and prophets of the Most High, man. And also make sure it's like put the Monday history class on the bottom of the thing. The banner. If you could put the email real quick, the bottom one. Email should be the bottom one. Right at the bottom. Yeah, the email Slack, yeah. And also that's our email right there, man. You know what I mean? Any news, any topics you want us to go over on the ends, or if you know anybody who's, you know, big in your community, any city, any ends, just make sure you hit that, man. I.S.U.P.K, United Kingdom. Also, if you got tithes or anything, tithes that you want to pay, or any general inquiries, man, make sure you hit that as well, man. The link right here, yeah? Email right there. Make sure you contact that link, man. So I can put the Monday class one on there as well. It's like YAHANNA, I believe it's one of the question. We're going to our class today. One moment. So yeah. Okay, forget okay. Right, one sec.
All right, Shalom. So yeah, we're gonna get into this history class, and you don't want to miss this at all, man. You know what I mean? These classes right here, they go into some UK history that you would never learn nowhere else, man, but One West, man. Right. You mean you won't learn it, you won't find it anywhere else, so it behooves you to be in this history class right here, man.
Right. So okay, Khan, if you could give me the history on the Maroons. So we're gonna go into the history of the Maroons. You know what I mean? The word Maroon is a Portuguese word, man, which means a rebel or, you know, a runaway slave. What happened was everywhere black people slaves, you have Maroons, but one of the most famous type of Maroons is the Jamaican Maroons. The Jamaican Maroons were known islands like Trinidad, Jamaica, Barbados first was owned by the Spanish, man, and the British conquered the Spanish, and the slaves saw that, okay, our slave must have been conquered, man. Let's do something about this, and then ran to the mountains, man. Those brothers there are called the Maroons, man. And those brothers couldn't be captured, man. Jamaicans speak highly of the Maroons, man. Couldn't be captured, man. The oppressor would try to make peace treaties with them. The Maroons would free other slaves, you know, and integrate them, man. And the oppressor would try to make peace treaties with them. And guess what? They couldn't beat them, man. Officer Dom Gabar got a book, man, about World War I and II. And it said how in World War I and II, the Brits learned how to fight the Germans by studying the Maroons, man. They learned guerrilla warfare from the Maroons. Guerrilla warfare is just outright warfare, man. Where you see your enemy and you charge at him. No tactics, no go behind, no, you know, attack him, man. You know what I mean? No skilled warfare, just go for it, man. And in World War I and II, the Brits learned that from the Maroons, man. And to this day, you will find the Maroons in parishes in Jamaica, like St. Elizabeth, man. In the Akongpong, man. And the Maroons kept away. They stayed in the mountains. And guess what? The oppressor couldn't control the mountains. He didn't know how to work it. He didn't know how to survive up there, how to travel up there, man. And the Maroons had no peace treaties with him or anything, man. And they're still there to this day in islands like Jamaica and so forth. So if you could, any questions online real quick?
Not yet.
No, sweat. That's right. If you read that about the Maroons,
all right. So we got the Jamaican Maroons. Jamaican Maroons descend from Maroons, so-called Africans who had escaped from slavery.
So Jamaican Maroons descend from what they call Africans. They got us from Africa, so they call us Africans. We know, as we went into classes before, we're not Africans, man. We're so white Africans, but we're not African.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So it's like it sits up on the street. You know what I mean? So the brothers that escaped from slavery went to the mountains. They are called the Maroons, runaway slaves and so forth. And like always, anybody who don't want to be a slave no more has a title for themselves, man. Anybody that don't want to pick cotton for free no more, anyone that don't want to be the oppressor, there's always some sort of title for him, man. Maroons, a rebel, a troublemaker. What's that about insurgent? When these are just people that don't want to be slaves no more, man.
A tyrant.
You know what I mean? So some revolutionists. So you know what I mean? There's always some derogatory term for a black man that don't want to be a slave no more, man. It's far right. What else? The hate group is a cult. Extremists. That's why the other one. You know what I mean? Any man that don't want to be a slave no more. So you know what? I'm not picking cotton for free no more, man. I'm not cutting cane for free no more, man. The oppressor always gives him some title, man. He's always some troublemaker, man. He's always some maroon. Why can't these be brothers that don't want to be slaves no more? Why can't these just be brothers that don't want to be oppressed no more? Why they gotta have some title, man? And that's what they always do, man. Even today, man. People are troublemakers, they're gangsters, they've been a cult. There's always something about it, man.
I got it. Yeah. Escape from slavery on the colony of Jamaica.
And the colony of Jamaica, why Britain had loads of colonies, man. Barbados is one, Antigua is one, Guyana is one, loads. But in that colony, they escaped. They saw the opportunity. They saw the Spanish getting killed by the British, and they said, "You know what? I'm getting out of here, man." And it's a good job they did that. Why? Because they would have been slaves speaking Spanish, just to turn into slaves that speak English, man.
That's right.
They saw the opportunity. And they cut, man. They bounced, man. They went into the mountains, man. So good.
And established free communities in the Mount Tenacious in Tivia.
So they went to the mountains, man, established their own communities, man. So damn the white man's community, man. Let's go over here and do our own thing, man. And their communities were separate from what England had, man. They had laws that were separate from English laws, man. Communities separate from English community. You know what I mean? It was like basically two countries on the one island, man.
That's right.
It was like two different countries on the one island, man. And that's how they was living on the island of Jamaica to this day, man. To this day, they got their own plots of land, man, which the British government or even the Jamaican government now can't govern, man. Keep it
in. Interior, primarily in the eastern parishes.
And primarily in the eastern parishes, meaning there's communities all over the island of Maroons, but mainly in the eastern parishes like your Clarendon, St. Elizabeth. That's where you find a lot of the Maroons. Why? That's where the mountains are, man. That's where the mountains are. For instance, if you're fighting against your oppressor, you're not going to live in the big cities like London and so forth, man. You know what I mean? You're going to live in the forest, the place where you can't catch you, man. The place where it's hard for people to find you. You're on the run here, man. You're going to put you in slavery. And they even had Sake, YAHANNA. They even had about him, you know. Shut up, man. You can say something.
La, just saluting.
Yeah, man. So you hide in the mountains, man, in the bushes where no one can find you, man. And slaves knew where to run to. Runaway slaves will run to the Maroons. Why? Because they do that, they'll be free. Keep it in.
Right.
Escaped so-called Africans who were enslaved during the Spanish rule over Jamaica in 1493 to 1656.
So while the Spanish ruled, these brothers were slaves, man. And when the British took over, they said, damn, this is our opportunity to cut, man. And they used the opportunity and got free, man. And they're the Maroons to this day, man. The brothers over there in the compound to this day are the descendants of the people that got up from the Spanish. Keep it in.
May have been the first to develop such refugee communities.
And the refugees are man running for refuge, man. Refuge means safety. And these brothers were running for safety, man. And they want to put a title of people that's running for safety. Why the what's called? The Eritreans, man. Why ain't they Cameroons? They come to England on the back of lorries. Why? Search for a better life, man. How about the Romanians, man? They come to England and search for a better life, man. The country's treating them bad. The country ain't paying them properly. And they jump on the back of lorries, swim. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Cram into containers in the back of lorries and so forth. Why ain't they called Maroons, man? Why ain't they called rebels, man? In fact, they're called refugees, man. people looking for refuge, man. And in Jamaica, our brothers were just that. There were brothers that didn't want to be slaves no more, man. So what did they do? Go somewhere that's safe, man. They didn't want to be under the oppressor. What did they do? They started their own communities, man. Keep it in.
Right.
The British who invaded the island in 1655 expanded the importation of slaves to support their extensive development.
So at first, the Spanish had the island, and the Spanish didn't know what to do with the island. the Spanish went all around the globe, conquering lands like Mexico, Puerto Rico, and these islands was full of gold, man. Was rich with gold. Then they went to Jamaica and the Caribbean, and these islands had no gold, man. The Spanish were disappointed with Jamaica. They were disappointed with the Caribbean, man. So on these islands, they hardly had any slaves because their slaves was used to get gold. Read about the history of Puerto Rico, man. How to cut your nose off, man. And because there was no gold in Jamaica, they hardly had any slaves. But England had another plan for Jamaica, man, which was cane, the cane industry. So they imported a lot of slaves to Jamaica, man, to Trinidad and Tobago, man, to Antigua, man. They had different plans. The Spanish wanted gold, there was no gold. Hence why the Spanish had hardly any slaves there. But Britain had other plans. Hence why they put all their slaves in Jamaica to make cane and so forth.
Extensive development of sugar cane plantations.
So America had the cotton and lock. You know what I mean? England tried to get into cotton first, and it wasn't working for them. Why? Because America had it on lock. It's like you want to start a business, you want to start a burger business, but you can't compete with McDonald's, man.
Right.
You can't. McDonald's is too good. You want to start a burger business, but you can't compete with Burger King, man. They're bigger than you. The market's theirs. They've been doing it longer. They've been doing it longer than you. So what do? You do something else, man. You find a gap in the market, and you bridge it, man. And Britain say, you know what, the cotton thing we can't do, man. You know what I mean? America got it unlocked, man. So what they do? They did the cane industry, man. They did the cane industry, and they thrived off it. They made money off it, man. Thrived, made money. And England did slavery different from Jamaica. England did slavery different from America. America would have slaves working in America. Britain didn't want no slaves in Britain, man.
Right.
Jamaica, to Trinidad, Tobago, Guyana. It's like you go to slavery and bring the money home, but your uniform, your tools, everything you leave at the slavery. That was the islands, man. The slaves would work on the islands, but the finances will come back to England. That's how Britain did it, man. They didn't want on their land.
Right.
So they would work the slaves to death on Jamaica and then bring all the cane, all the money right back, man. That's how they did it. Kiwi did.
Right. The so-called Africans in Jamaica fought and revolted.
So the so-called Africans fought and revolted, man. Rebelled. So I said, I ain't picking no cane, I ain't cutting no cotton, man. And fought.
Right.
With any who escaped becoming Maroons.
And many that escaped came Maroons also. And what happened, these slaves would link up with the Maroons, man, and the Maroons would take them on. The same thing that happened in America, man. Slaves would escape, and guess what? Gadites would take them on, man. Gadites say, you know what, come with us, man. That's history. You can also see a clip of it also in a movie called 12 Years a Slave, man. Is that the right one? Is it another one?
I believe so.
I think it's 12 Years a Slave. There's a scene in there with the brothers sleeping by like a waterfall, and you see some Gadites, man. And some black people too. Nat Turner also. You know, don't quote me. I saw Nat Turner. No. It wasn't Nat Turner. That's luck, yeah. Disregard what I said there. Carry on.
The revolt had the effect of disrupting the sugar economy in Jamaica.
And guess what, man? This revolt messed up the sugar cane economy in Jamaica, man.
Right.
The oppressor wants everyone to shut up and just work. And when you're revolting, you ain't working, man.
Right.
What black people did back then by revolting was like what white people do today when they have a strike.
That's
right. White people say, no, we're not going to work until you up our pay. That's what we was doing. We wasn't working, man. We're like, no, we're not going to work, man. We was fighting and burning down the cane fields, man. And guess what? When you're doing that, the slave masters don't get paid. Britain don't get paid. Your money goes back to Britain in taxes, man. Your money is the reason why Britain's so rich today, man. Your money that you work for is the reason why people get furloughed today in Britain in the COVID-19.
That's
Your
right.
money is the reason why. Your money is the reason why a Polish man is in the back of a lorry risking his life, man.
That's right.
He wants the money that you made from him, and this money was so good. The oppressor was like, nah, man, these Israelites are messing with my money, man. They've been voting, fighting, man. You need to be calm and shut up and just work for free, man. Keep it in.
And making it less profitable. The revolts simmered down after the British government signed treaties with the Eward Maroons.
There you go, man. And the revolts kind of simmered down. Another word for simmer. You know you got a pot and you turn the fire down low. They call it simmer down. I think Bob Marley the tune called simmer down. You know what I mean? The revolts simmer down the calms, man. When Britain signed peace treaties with the Maroons, man. So okay, we won't try to fight you no more. We won't come to the mountains no more. You do you, we'll do us, man. Come on, man. Can we live peacefully? You know, kind of like with what Britain and France, man. Britain and France are arch enemies, man. After World War II, France gave America the Statue of Liberty. I wouldn't give Britain one, man. Even though they'll fight on the same team, arch enemies, man. But just for the sake of peace, say, you know what? You don't mess with me, I don't mess with you, man. You know, we watch some gangster movies like what's the ones there where they both want peace of the drug trade, but too much brothers are dying, man, and getting shot. Yeah, watch the wire. Too much brothers are getting shot and dying. So they say, you know what? You stay on your block, I stay on mine, man. Because this war don't benefit this war don't benefit none of us. And that's what Britain said to the Maroons, man. Said us trying to get you from the mountains is costing us our soldiers, man.
Right.
You putting down our cane fields is costing us money, man. Any of us, it's not good for our money. So you know what? Let's just call it quits, man. Let's call it peace, man. Keep it
right.
And the Windward Maroons.
So there's different type of Maroons, man. You know, today you got different types of Crips. You know what I mean? You got the South Side, this, that. You got the different types of Maroons, different types of runaway slaves, man. The ones that live in Southwood, we call the Southwood Maroons. Ones that live in St. Elizabeth are called the Compound Maroons, and so forth, man. Keep it in.
Which require them to support the institution of slavery.
Read that again.
Which required them to support the institution of slavery.
And it required the Maroons to support institutional slavery, meaning don't try to free escaped slaves, leave them. You live over there and let the oppressor continue with slavery. Leave them alone. Keep it in.
The insubordinance of the Maroons to the colonial authorities declined after slavery was abolished in 1838.
So the importance of the Maroons declined when slavery was abolished. So there's no need for no peace treaties no more. There's no need for no peace because why? Slaves are free anyway. So a lot of people read about the Maroons. You know, the Maroons are held in high regard, man. The fighting and the wars and the revolts, and they wouldn't bow down to the oppressor, man. A lot of people hear that, man. They're proud, man. But there's a side of the Maroons that no one likes to acknowledge, man. That no one wants to believe.
That's right.
No, man. When they read about it too, man. If you feature the next one for me, if you could. That one. Try that one. So the man, excuse that for me. There's a man by the name of Colonel Fife, man. A Scottish man, Colonel Gordon Fife, man. Oh, is it Alexander? Colonel Alexander Gordon Fife, man. You know what I mean? And this man called Colonel Fife, he used to employ, man, give money to Maroons, what? To catch black people, man. To catch runaway slaves, man. Anybody in the revolt, he used to pay Maroons to kill him, man. And Maroons would do it. And nobody wants to speak about that. It's a fact that some Maroons were free and in the mountains, man. And Maroons sometimes will bring back slaves to the oppressor, man. Why? Because they didn't want the oppressor to come to them. The Maroons were like, listen, we're living good over here. You bring too much heat over us, over here, man. Just go over there. You know how some black leaders be living good, and then there's some black people that's looting and shooting, And
Right.
the rich black people are like, come on, man, you make us look bad, man. I'm living good over here, man. I know you're hungry over there. I know you're starving over there and gangs are over there, but if you could have shut up, man, you join
Right.
us rich black people, man. The Maroons did just that, man. And this is a history no one knows and no one speak about, man. So look, that's Colonel Alexander Gordon Fife, man. You know what I mean? If you scroll down a little bit. As you read that, highlight the part there where it says Colonel Fife and 2 Maroons. And right under it, man, this is a picture in 1865. Colonel Fife and 2 Maroons, man. I'm going to find out what Colonel Fife was doing with these Maroons. In fact, Colonel Fife's best allies was the Maroons, man. That's who he employed the most. And this is the devil sitting down in the chair with 2 brothers, man. It's like that one.
All right, go Governor Irie to the Major General O.S.K. Honor. Sir, for other reports from the disturbed districts.
So again, as you know, Jamaica ain't like Britain or like America. I don't have cities, it has districts. We got districts, parishes, and towns and so forth. And there was a revolt right now, man. A revolt. This is a revolt with Paul Bogle, I believe, man. And this is before mobile phones were out, man. You know what I mean? Colonels had to give a report back to their generals and so forth, man, in the form of a note. And this is what you see right here. You saying disturbed districts. You let them know, sir, this district's been burnt down. The slaves have revolted in this city and that city, but it's okay in this city. He's reporting back to his general. Keep it in.
Disturbed districts having confirmed the impressions I entertained upon quitting them on the 20th of October, that the rebellion existing in the eastern districts of the colony is crushed.
So he's going back to tell the general to serve problems in the eastern districts. You know what I mean? The rebellion in the eastern district, but it's fine now, it's crushed. We're taking care of that, man. And then you can read on in your own time, but they're gonna tell you how we crushed it, man. They're gonna tell you what it did to crush this rebellion, man. Keep it in.
And all the principal persons concerned in the outrage, so far as we are aware, having now been either killed or captured.
So it said all the principal people are the people who are in charge, man. The people that led the revolt, man, like Paul Bogle, you know what I mean, Tacky, you know what I mean, all the people the troublemakers, man, so-called, the people that are leading the revolution, saying they've either been captured or killed, man. And that's how what's it called, like that one?
You stop a revolution.
That's how you stop a revolution, man, by going for the leaders, man.
Right.
Because and saying, sir, it's crushed, sorted. The leaders, the people that look up to, we've got them now, man. Now the leaders have got, hopefully the people should be quiet and get back to cutting that cane, man. Keep it in.
I am of opinion that the time has arrived for making permanent arrangements for this end of the island and relieving a large number of oops.
So what's up here? So this man just said, yeah, okay, we sorted out the war. The revolt is sorted, and you know now I think, in my opinion, sir, I think it's cool that we can relieve some of our troops now. To relieve the troops means they work hard, they can go home now. I can relieve them. I guess who the troops are. Are we done?
Troops of Maroons.
Of who?
Maroons.
I guess who Colonel 5 troops were? Maroons, man.
Right.
So who was helping this colonel win this revolt, man? Who helped catch these principal people, these leaders, man? The Maroons did, man. And once it was done, he said, okay, sir, is it okay if I relieve these Maroons? They've worked hard, man. And that's who helped capture people like Paul Bogle, man, and prominent people in this revolt, man. We done.
And eventually of the Allen ears.
So not just Maroons, but volunteers. I mean, a man that don't get paid to do it, man, but a man that loves his country and loves what's called the empire.
The empire.
And so I want Britain to thrive, man. And I'm gonna fly to Jamaica. I'm gonna be a volunteer because I want that sugar. I want Britain to get money. Who do these slaves think they are, man? The Maroons and volunteers, man. Keep it in.
From further service there, I propose, therefore, to your excellency, if upon communicating with Brigadier Nelson, you find no impediment or objection exist.
So we're saying, sir, this is my opinion. Is it okay if I let these Maroons and volunteers, is it okay if I relieve them? And I hope that's okay with you. I hope there's no impediment. I mean, there's nothing wrong with what I said, and I hope you agree with my request. That's what he's saying in a nutshell.
That the following arrangements should be made for the country eastward of a line drawn between Inkster and the Port Maria.
So keep it in.
Morant Bay for 50 of Her Majesty's troops.
So now he's giving a report of how much men he got, man. Is that me? So okay, on the east side of Birmingham, I got 4 troops down there. On the west side, I got 2. The south side ain't too bad, so I got just 20 troops. Ain't too bad. He's letting you know what troops he got in what location, man. And he said what? In Morant Bay, man, he got 50 of Her Majesty's troops. 50 troops that fight for the British Army, man. Her Majesty's troops, man.
To be quartered here, 20 Maroons.
And along with these troops, British troops, you got 20 Maroons there also, man. On the payroll, man. On the payroll, along with these British troops, man. That's what this man had. And this is history right here, man. Nothing I'm making up, man. Keep it in.
To be selected by Sir Arnold Fife to be sedation here with Her Majesty's troops.
And these Maroons were waiting to be stationed, man. Waiting to be put onto a you hold down. Waiting to be put on a post, man. Waiting to be put on a post. Waiting to be stationed, man. Along with what the British soldiers, man. Keep it in.
And to be relieved by other Maroons at sedated intervals.
And he said these Maroons that want to relieve are going to be relieved by other Maroons, man, in intervals. Meaning they'll take checks, man, when they're working. Maroons actually fought to kill other black men, man. And this is something that a lot of black people don't know, man. And it breaks our heart, but let me tell you something, the only heroes of black people are the men that I.S.U.P.K, man.
That's right.
Even the men that are heroes and fight and fought so hard for black people, whether it's Martin Luther King or Malcolm X or even brothers that didn't know no better, man. They're not the heroes of black people, man. So like even Toussaint, man, Louverture, man. You know what I mean? His heart was in the right place, man. But when you're not working with the Lord, you will never succeed, man.
That's right.
Even with the Maroons, they fought against the oppressor and so forth, but still, man, they're nothing like these prophets in the I.S.U.P.K, man.
That's right.
We're the ones that actually love black people. We never sell out black people. We never join no army, man. We never join killing black men, capturing black men, man. Keep it in.
That's right.
Stated at intervals as may be agreed upon, and these men to be on permanent pay to be fixed by Sir Arnold Fife.
And Colonel Fife was paying these men, man. They were on the payroll. They'll get a wage. I mean, you got any more on that, or
Let me have a look.
I think it says what's some more. Give me in Maroon Town and Moortown.
I got you. All right. Maroon Town or Town, 20 Maroons to be kept in permanent pay.
See that there? Listen, the man is. You know when you got soldiers, like imagine you haven't got soldiers, man, and he'd be like, you know what, I got some troops over here in the UK. You know what I mean? I got 20 in Manchester. You know what I mean? I got 4 in Birmingham. You know what I mean? When Manchester's short, or haven't got enough men, he'll send some troops from what do you call it? He'll transfer some from this city to that city. That's how our army is, and that's what this man's doing right here. He's letting the king know, or it's like is a general know how much men he got, man.
Right.
And he got how much in Moortown?
50.
He got what?
No, in Moortown, 20 Maroons to be kept in permanent pay.
Okay, how much is that in Buff Bay?
In Buff Bay, 20 Maroons to be kept in permanent pay.
How much in Anato Bay?
Anato Bay, 30 Maroons to be kept in permanent pay.
This man got a lot of Maroons on the payroll, man. Any more Maroons? Give me Colonel 5 Wood, of course.
Colonel 5 would of course select the Maroons to be kept in permanent pay.
And Colonel 5 was the man that kept the Maroons in permanent pay, man. You want him on his payroll? You're gonna read why, man. Keep it in.
And would take them from the Moortown, Hayfield Hall, Scots Hall, and Charlestown.
And that's where he would get his Maroons from, man. Keep it in.
As he might consider most expedient.
And he thought that there was more expedient. Expedient is necessary. He thought, you know what, I get their own, man. Why? Because their own are strong, man. They know the location, man. They know the mountain terrain, man. It's better to get them. The oppressor couldn't beat the Maroons anyway. So it wouldn't make sense hiring more British troops. So he thought it was more necessary to get Maroons, man. And what's always been black people's problem, man? What's been our biggest weakness, man? Always been money, man. Money's always been our weakness, man. Money's made all of our brothers fall, man. And all you gotta do to a black man is give him a job, man. Anyone seen that movie? I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. It's a movie by the Wayans brothers, and the Wayans brothers are known for making what do you call it? Comedies, but it's comedies. They make comedies. Slakia,
yeah, fish comedies.
yeah, some fish ones too, but they make comedies after. It's a parody. They make parodies which mock movies. So they got one called Scary Movie. So all them teenage horror movies like I Know What You Did Last Summer, Scream, they make mockery out of them. This particular one, they're making mockery out of them 60s movies. The 60s movies were like Shaft. You know, what's the other one? What's the black with the Afro, the Kung Fu one? Right. Black Dragon, whatever the case may be, movies with Pam Grier and so forth, man. And you know them black power movies. Black movements, man. And there's one scene in there where the brother said he went to a revolution, man. And he goes, we went to take over the White House. We had guns and everything, man. But guess what? The white man was hiring that day, man. And the other joke, he said, listen, we went into the White House with guns, man, and came out with jobs. We went in there with guns and came out with jobs, man. And that's always been our problem, man. When we're poor and hungry, we down for the revolution, man. But put some money in front of our face. Put some money in front of our face, like, I don't know, I'm trying to get paid, man. I'm trying to get paid. Why do drug dealers sell drugs, man?
Right.
They want to get paid. The drug dealers come from the same neighborhood you come from, man. They get harassed by the police the same way you get harassed by the police. But hey, they got to make money. So they're willing to put you on the back burner, man, so they can get that money. Just like these brothers here, man. Some of these brothers were willing to kill you just so they can get paid, man. Get that permanent pay. You know what I mean? Just so they can get that permanent pay, man.
That's right.
They can be put on Colonel Five's permanent pay, man. Take a picture with Colonel Five, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, another thing too, man. Scottish people. I remember in school, man. The Scottish used to always say, "Yeah, you can drop the screen." Yeah, they used to always say, "Yeah, man, we had no involvement with slavery." Always say that, man. That was the British, man. Listen, the Scottish played a big part in slavery, man.
That's right.
Colonel Five for the Scottish name, man. The place in Jamaica with Scottish names, man. Named after prominent Scottish people. Why is that? Because these Scottish people own slaves, man. The place called Grantspen in Jamaica, man. Grant is a Scottish name, man. There's loads, man. Fletcher's land. Fletcher's what? A Scottish name, man. There's a man by the name of what? Henry Dundas. Henry Dundas, Salakia. Dundas. Henry Dundas, man. Google him, man. Henry Dundas was Scottish, man. And Henry Dundas, what? Postponed the abolition of slavery for 14 years, man. William Wilberforce wanted to eradicate slavery, man. And Henry Dundas said no. And he fought against it, man. And guess what? Here's the reason why U.P.K came for 14 more years, man. And when you go to Edinburgh, which is the capital of Scotland, there's a big statue of Henry Dundas, man. Right there. Man. Could you get that? So don't tell me the Scottish had nothing to do with it, man. The Scottish played a big role in slavery, man. Played a big role in slavery. The Scottish played such a big role in the Caribbean part of slavery that guess what? They decided to design the Jamaican flag after the Scottish flag, man. Just in different colors. Yeah, if you could. Bob Kushaw.
And Slacky the one for me. Slacky.
Go ahead.
There were also overseers anyway, like there was also overseers anyway, like they would have got the higher positions over the indentured slaves, regardless.
Yeah.
Same with the Irish. They was never at the bottom or equal to the indentured slave. They got better positions to keep the slaves also in check. So they became the oppressors, you know what I mean? Just on a lower level, oppressors, man.
Not even as that, there was outright oppressors, man. And they were so they were so kept in good high esteem that they got names in the islands named after themselves to this day, man.
Right.
And that devil on the rap game got the nerve to talk about his oppressed, man. His people oppressed, man. He's a Henry Dundas right here, man. Henry Dundas. If you ever see the statue in Scotland, it's the biggest statue I've seen in my life. I kid you not. The shit goes to the sky, man. Can you see it there? The second picture from the left.
Second.
No, it's like Captain Prash put it up. It's the main picture you can see there. If you're ever there in person, the statue is huge. And this man postponed slavery by, is it 14 or 17 years? 14. By 14 years, man. I mean, slavery was meant to end, and he fought, said, no, I want to keep them black people cutting cane, man.
Right.
Where do you think Henry V came from? Came straight from Scotland, man. Came straight from Scotland, man. And employed Maroons, what? To kill black people, man. Give me a clear 8 and 8 real quick, man.
Yeah, Khan's other one, Slacky other one, I mean. Them being oppressed by their own would only make them oppress us even more. That's what, you know what? That's what.
Listen, them oppressing each other got nothing to do with me. My problem is you oppressing me, man.
Khan.
Them oppressing themselves got nothing to do with me, man. Like the Maroons knew that. The Maroons saw one race of Caucasians fighting for Jamaica by another Caucasian. And guess what? The Maroons took no part in that, man. They fled to the mountains. They said, this has got nothing to do with me. Fled to the mountains, man. That's what you're supposed to do. Right. So if one oppressor is what oppressed by another oppressor, that got nothing to do with me, man. My problem is I don't care who's fighting for what island. My problem is me and my people don't want to be slaves no more, man.
That's right.
America and Iraq. I don't care about England and Brexit. I don't care about one Caucasian empire versus another one. I don't care about America and, you know, Iraq or whatever the case may be, man. It's none of my business. I don't give a damn, man. What I care about is your people putting drugs in my neighborhood, man. That's right. What I care about is your people teaching my people that they're nothing, man. That's my problem. I don't care about the Scottish did this and the Irish were indentured servants. Listen, if you're an Irishman and what's the name? Oliver Cromwell put your forefathers in slavery as indentured servants, then you go take it up with him.
That's right.
corners of Britain and you do what you gotta do, man. Got nothing to do with me, man. But what my problem is, them same Scottish people that cry about indentured servants, you put my people in slavery, though, man.
Right.
That's right.
You gave my people bribes to fight against each other, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? You want to do about your oppression, that's fine, man. What about us, man? It was your people that postponed slavery for 14 years, man.
That's right.
Your beef is your beef. All nations got beefs and quarrels and arguments. That's their business, man. Got nothing to do with me, man. Quite frankly, I don't care, man. I don't care about what's an Eritrean singer. Some Eritrean singer that got killed by another tribe in Eritrea. Got nothing to do with me, man. Everyone got their beefs, man.
That's right.
My problem is Handsworth and Moss side and Tuxless, man. That's my problem, man. You know, I don't care about what Italian family got beef with another Italian family. It's nothing to do with me, man. I don't give a damn, quite frankly. So like, yeah. Big up for the Ecclesiastes 8 and 8.
Okay, 1 second.
Nah, I think it's one more tab. Let's keep it open in case I need it. It's 7 and
Easier.
7. It's like 7 and 7, excuse me.
7 and 7. Right, okay. Please.
And a sister online said her father chased his lineage back straight to the slave master, and it was Scottish, man. See, I ain't making this up, man. I ain't making it up, man. This, you know what I mean? These Scots try to make that. Listen, in my school years ago, man, this is when Handsworth was black, man. It's kind of gentrified now, man. There was one white boy, man. One white boy in the school, man. I felt sorry for him. Oh, he had a hard time, man. He had a hard time. Everybody used to bully him, I remember. He used to always say, I'm Scottish. Remember, he used to bully him. I say, I remember, like, in maths class, you know me, your people, you know what I mean? And he used to say, I'm Scottish, though. Scottish had nothing to do with slavery. And in school, they taught that, man. The Scottish had nothing to do with it. They did, man.
Right.
Evidently, they had the sister trace the lineage back to the master, man.
Right.
In order to be a master, you got to own slaves, man. And slave owners weren't the nicest of people, man. So luck you. They weren't the nicest of people, man. So luck you, man. You know what I mean? Read that for me, please, Baba
Khan. Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
There you go, man. Oppression makes a wise man mad. And also the I.S.U.P.K, we the wise men, man. We the wise men. You're man in oppression. You're a black man from the ends, from the ghetto. And you're living life, man. You're saying, well, you can't beat them, join them. You got a big fat split thing in your mouth, you know what I mean? Post on Instagram. Then guess what? You're oppressed and you ain't mad. You're oppressed, you ain't mad. That can only mean one thing. You ain't wise. You're not wise. Man. And the only wise men I've seen is the men at the I.S.U.P.K, man. We're the ones that are not happy with this, man. We don't like this. It's got to stop, man. We're on them street corners crying out loud, man. We're oppressed and I'm mad at this, man. Angry, man. But all of our other brothers are oppressed too.
That's right.
They ain't mad. They're just happy just to go to college, man. They're happy just to get a qualification. And let me tell you something, nothing's wrong with it neither, man. Don't get twisted. Nothing's wrong with that, man. But a lot of our brothers are satisfied with just getting that, man. Just getting a decent job. That would do. Just like what? The Maroons, man. Some of these Maroons was pushed back to the mountains, man. That's oppression right there, man. Living in the mountains, man. But guess what? Right. They was happy just to work for Colonel Fife, man. These are brothers that are oppressed, but weren't wise, man. They weren't mad. They weren't angry. They used to be like, what? Look at our brothers working on the sugarcane fields, man. Look at our brothers oppressed, man. Look at us living in the mountains. Why can't we live in the cities? Why can't we live in these cities, man?
That's right.
Big island full of what? Wood and water, man. And cassava and guava and all these good fruit, man. And we're in the mountains, man. Living in the mountains like we're some cavemen, man. Let's do something about this, man.
Right.
Instead, we was happy just to get employed by Colonel Fife, man. You know why? Because we weren't wise, man. If you're oppressed, you're angry, and you're in the I.S.U.P.K, you are the wise man, man. Keep it doing.
That's right. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. When they get
it's like oppression makes a wise man mad, man. When you open your window, look at your window and see black men selling drugs, man. Black men being attacked by the police, man. You're angry at this, man. You come in the I.S.U.P.K and put on your black boots. Your man is wise, man. You're wise, man. you're angry and see how things are going on. You're wise, man. You're a man that's gonna join the I.S.U.P.K and change things, man. Now, any man who ain't mad, who ain't planning to change anything, you ain't wise, man.
That's
You
right.
see black men getting killed by the police, you're like, oh, well, you know, what can you do, man? I'm just gonna keep selling drugs. You ain't wise, man. And it's a shame, but that's a lot of our people, man.
And a gift destroyeth the heart.
And a gift destroys the heart, man. A gift is a bribe. A bribe destroys your heart, man. Destroys your mind. And all the white man got to do, all the oppressor got to do is offer jobs, man. Offer employment, man.
Right.
And then what would you do? What do we do? Start to change our tune a bit, man. Start to tone it down, sell us out, man.
That's right.
Man. The Buffalo Soldiers, man. Jamaicans talk highly about the Buffalo Soldiers, man, in America. And guess what? The Buffalo Soldiers were just like the Maroons, man. With brothers that was fighters, strong warriors, man. That people look up to, but guess what? The Buffalo Soldiers were killing their brothers, man. The Buffalo Soldiers were tool used to kill their brothers, man. The Buffalo Soldiers that was employed to fight in the oppressor's army to do what? Kill their brothers, man. Soldiers was killing Gadites, man. Gadites that lived before the so-called, before the oppressor was there. And likewise, the Maroons did the same thing, man. Did the same thing. Why? Gifts destroy the heart, man. A bribe, a job, an opportunity, a rap contract, a football contract. The brothers out there in the entertainment industry that grew up in the end, grew up in the ghetto, man. And in the ghetto, we got a thing against sexual deviance, man. Okay. Now they got a contract with Hollywood, man. So now they put on that dress.
Right.
Kanye West from Chicago, man. And can you believe Kanye West goes to Kim Kardashian's yard and sits down next to a man dressed as a woman? Imagine that. You ends, man. You're from the ends where we don't do that, man.
That's right.
Money and you want to be accepted. You sit down, man, with all these oppressors, man, and across the table is a man just as a woman, man. And you're like, what's his name? Kylie. Kylie. What's his name?
Kylie Jenner.
Let's say Kylie, pass the soap, please. Oh, thanks. Forward, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. Guess what? Only money can do that, man. Only that, man. Before that, Kanye wasn't having that. But with the money involved, if he says anything about that, his money will go down. So therefore, ain't nothing wrong with that, man. She's life, man. He's a man trapped in a woman's body, man. And guess what? I did that, man. Slap the other one.
Yeah, off the back of that, there's a UK gangster. His name was Stephen French. And when he was younger, he said on the record, white people, he hated them because like where he was raised, you know what I mean? It was basically the blacks against the whites. But then now, you know what I mean? At one point of his life, it goes, you know what I mean? As soon as like he got rich, all of a sudden now he loves everyone. But though he blatantly admits that in his younger life, for what white people had done to me, he hated all of them. And then now that, you know what I mean, some like riches came along the way. Now all of a sudden he doesn't hate no more. He just loves everyone.
That always happens, man. Gifts destroys the heart, man. Same with M24, man. M24, man. Listen, M24 for the ends, man. If I'm Angeltown, Brixton, man. It's mad how you can change your opinion in 24 hours, man. How's that possible? A minute ago, yo, we don't do that in Angeltown, man. What these sexual deviants drilled in, man. Pause, like, yeah. And all of a sudden, oh yeah, I don't hate. I'm not homophobic. No. At first they put up a fight, man. Nah, man, I don't care. It's my opinion. I don't give a damn. And then before you know it, now change his tune, man. So you know, what I mean, I love all people. I paraphrase. Let's say, you know, I'm not homophobic. I'm a bit uneducated. This he insulted himself, man. And guess what? Did it even work? No, it never, man. Because the next homosexual, them sexual demons were dissing him anyway, man. You see them talking about I'm gonna come to any town and you can't do nothing to me. After the man apologized, man. So it didn't
just in a two-piece.
And also, he needs to think about what he said. So that means any black man that doesn't agree with that life, he's giving them the floor to say that, well, they're just uneducated. He's giving that gaslight. Well, you know what I mean? That rapper M24, he said I was uneducated. So as a black man, when you stand up against it, their leeway is, well, damn, you know what I mean? He's just another uneducated one.
Right.
There you go, man. You know what I mean? Let me tell you, and me, myself, at the I.S.U.P.K, we did not agree with sexual deviancy, man. In fact, I'm going to go further. Sexual deviancy is wrong. See there? I'm not gonna say I don't agree because you don't think that's his opinion. Sexual deviancy is wrong.
That's right.
According to the Bible, I said so. Man. So I am uneducated. I'm a priest and prophet of the Lord, but I'm one of the most educated men in the United Kingdom, man. But
That's right.
In the United Kingdom, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Under Captain Parasha, man. I ain't uneducated. I'm an educated black man. And guess what? Homosexuality, sexual deviancy is wrong. It's a sin according to God and the Bible, man. I said it, man.
That's right.
I said something that M24 won't say, man. Listen, a bribe don't destroy my heart, man. A bribe don't destroy, the law is the reason why I eat, man. The law looks after me, man. You can cut any employment you want, man. Cut this up, cut my source, man. And guess what? Sexual deviancy is still wrong, man.
Right.
Nothing can stop this, man. Someone give me Acts 5. Give me Acts 5 and about 17.
God. Acts chapter 5, verse 17. Then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which is the sect.
Give me 16, Slakia.
Verse 16. There came also multitudes out of the cities round about unto Jerusalem, bringing sick folks, and them which were vexed with unclean spirits, and so
many people came to the apostles, man, and the apostle was cleansing people with unclean spirits, people with demons on them, anger demon, people self-harming, and the disciples were doing what we do at the I.S.U.P.K today, man. Fix people, man. Counseling people, getting people off drugs, checking people, getting people right, and whatever the case may be, man. Keep it in.
And they were healed, every one.
And these men were healed. Every last one of them, man, were healed, man. Keep it in.
Verse 17. Then the high priest rose up, and all they that were with him, which is the sect of the Sadducees, and were filled with indignation.
And the leaders at the time were filled with indignation, man. They was angry, like, listen, we the men of God right here, man. We the men of God right here. Who this new movement doing what we're supposed to do, man. They was angry, man. Like your pastor sees the I.S.U.P.K on the streets and go, who are these brothers, man? These brothers with baggy jeans and just about finished school talking about their men of God, man. Breaking down the Bible better than I can.
That's right.
I went to theologian. How dare you tell me what John 3:16 means? When I got a degree in theologian. Theology. Do you have a degree in theology? No, you don't, man. You don't know who your father is, man. Can barely read and write, man. And they were filled with indignation. Keep it in.
And were filled with indignation, and laid, verse 18, and laid their hands on the apostles to put them, and put them in the common prison.
And they put these apostles in prison, man. The Bible says what a gift destroys the heart, man.
Right.
A gift destroys the heart. Brothers believe one thing but won't teach it. Why? Because of money, man. Brothers will believe one thing and won't believe it no more. Why? Because they're thrown in jail.
That's right.
I mean, the lesson now. I'm not saying that again. I ain't going to jail again, man. They get ridiculed by the public. I ain't doing that again. Guess what? The disciples went through them same troubles, man. The disciples went in jail. What do you mean about these disciples? These disciples went soft, man.
That's right.
Brothers calling the school. Oh man, I'm going through hard times. Listen, the disciples went through harder than what you went through, man.
Right.
Thrown in jail and beaten, man. These were tough men of God, man. They're not what you see on the God channel, man. These soft men.
That's right.
These are some brothers that was beaten and thrown in jail for the word of God, man.
That's right. And Slacky other one.
Go on.
I've never seen any of these, soft, smooth, suit wearing and bow tie pastors ever been thrown in jail for the word of the Lord, man.
Listen, a pastor just hears the word jail. Oh, you're gonna cry. No, please don't put me in jail, man. The men of God like put me to jail, man. Captain Pasha got a video. It was like he was like, the police put up on us. He was like, lock me up, throw away the key at the lock. I remember it was a hot day in Brum, man. Oh gosh. And the police car rolled up, man. It's like, lock me up, man. All the disciples of Christ were locked up in jail, man. And guess what? You locked up in jail. It ain't the end of it, man.
Mm.
Because guess what? I'm only going to convert inside the prison too, man.
Right.
This don't stop, man. You throw me in jail, the Lord wants me in jail, man. There's an inmate in there that the Lord wants me to get, man. You throw me in bail marsh, man. I'll go get them cat these. They want to go them cat one. Them cat one, them category one, what's it called, man? Inmates, man. It don't stop, man. Only one way to stop this, man. That's to kill me. It's a luck, man. That's to kill me, man. Only way you can stop me from teaching his word, man. And guess what? Another brother would take up my place anyway, man.
Right.
Another brother, one of my old videos and contact Captain Parasha, man, and take my place, man. We'll be in the same chair. Keep it in.
Come on. And verse 18. And led their hands, Slakia, verse 19. But the angel of Yahweh by night opened prison doors and brought them.
Look at that, man. Listen, when you're going for hard times, the Lord's watching, man. It's mad.
Right.
It's mad. Oh, Salakia Hakayan. It's not cat A cat prison Salakia. A cat Salakia, man. Salakia. But yeah, when you're brothers come to the school, man. Why? Because the Lord, I serve the Lord, man. And when they're going for hard times, it's like they forget the Lord exists, man. The same Lord that you're using class, just praying towards the east to the Most High, man. You read the Sabbath service and everything and read about the Most High. You know, we taught you that the Most High put you in this position, put you in this position. So why, when we're going through hard times, you forget about the Most High, man? You forget that He can save you. A minute ago, the Most High, this, man. You know He exists, man. But somehow we forget when we're going through hard times, man. The same God that put us in slavery can save us, man. And guess what? These same brothers that were teaching the Most High, when they went into jail, who saved them, man? The Most High, man. The angel came to them, man, and opened the prison for them, man.
That's right.
We teach the Most High, man. If you lose your slavery over this, guess who's going to feed you? The Most High, man. If you're the truth and your wife becomes a whore, man, and you cry, oh, man, I miss my wife. But guess what? That same God that you serve will give you another wife, man. Will give you a better wife, man. Will give you two, man. Give you three in due time, man. But when we go for hard times, we see time, man. You're going to get yours, man. You definitely get yours, man. These brothers are in jail, man. Guess what? The Lord got them out, man. The same God they was preaching, the same God they were teaching and speaking about, got them out of that same jail, man. Keep it in.
Salakia, verse 19. But the angel of Yahweh by night opened the prison doors and brought them forth and said, verse 20, go and stand and speak in the temple to the people.
As soon as the angel got them free, yeah, and what's the first thing he told them to do? Go back out there and teach, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? They got locked up for teaching, and the first thing they did when they came out was go and teach, man.
That's right.
I don't remember our first camp was speaking and blazing. And I was tired, man. My first camp, I was like, oh man, you know what I mean? We were going against the oppressor, all these heathens, and the police came, man. The police came to speak. You know what I mean? Captain Meshach and everything was on the phone, man. You know what Captain Meshach said? It goes, are they under arrest? I said no. He said, well, carry on speaking. I was like, oh, more. You know what I mean? We gotta keep speaking, man. When you're in the truth and bad things happen, you know that means you gotta take it up a notch, man.
Right.
When you're in the truth and someone's trying to stop you, that means you gotta take it up a notch, man. Satan's trying to stop you from going places, man.
That's right.
If you're a camp and everyone wants to fight you, does that mean you stop speaking? Everyone wants to fight you. That means you take it up a notch, man. Satan's trying to get you scared because what's about to come out your mouth is about to be heavy, man. What's about to come out your mouth is going to be recorded and go on the internet, and someone's going to hear it, man. What's about to come out your mouth is going to get someone off drugs, man. So Satan sends these drug dealers, sends the police, sends these threats, man. Sends the police to lock up, man. That's what you got to do. When things like that happen, that means you got to turn it up, man.
That's right.
That means you got to do more camps, man. Satan trying to start. I said, oh, like I'm a Benjamite, man. You know how it is, man. You know Benjamites. You know how we are. You know, cash days with Ninja, man. A man comes on the stage and says he wants to challenge me. I'm coming out on the stage, man. You know what I mean? We're gonna run the banana rhythm, man. We're gonna go for it, man. Call me outside. That's how I see it, man. Satan, like, you know what? I'm taking Crawford's wife. I'm like, oh, okay. You want to challenge me? All right, cool, man. Run the rhythm, man. We're about to the clash. That's how I see it. Let's go to camp, man. I'll do 4 camps, man. I'll do camp in London, then drive to Bristol, another one there. Let's do more, man. This, man. That's how I see it, man. You know what I mean? Industry's a fight, man. Don't curl the ball and cry and pray and just pray these demons away, man. Just pray. Hopefully everything get good. I remember one time I was in a Christian church, man, years ago, man, and the sister was going through problems. I remember I heard the pastor say, "Just pray on it, man." I don't know what they're talking about, but I heard him say, "Just pray on it." I was like, "What? You got problems and you're talking about just pray on it, man?"
Right.
The Bible said if a man's hungry, you don't time to go home and pray on it, man. You give him bread, man. Fix that. If a man got a weed problem, you gonna fix that weed problem, man. You don't pray that one day weed would taste less delicious, man. You don't pray that one day these whores will look less attractive, man. You gotta fight that loss, man. And that's the difference between this and the church, man.
Right.
What's up? Carry on.
Verse 20. Go, stand. Slakia, go, stand and speak in the temple to the people all the words of this life.
There you go, man. And the first thing they had to do as they got let out of prison was go in the temple, man, and speak some more, man. Keep speaking, man. Keep changing people's lives, man. Keep reading.
Verse 21. And when they heard that, they entered into the temple early in the morning and taught, but the high priest came and they counseled. High priest came and they that were with him and called the council together and all the senate of the children of Israel and sent to the prison to have them brought.
So in the morning, the high priest came back again, had a council, had a meeting, man, and so what? Send them brothers that we locked up, man. Bring them here. Keep it in.
God. Verse 22. But when the officers came and found them not in the prisons, they returned and told. Verse 23.
So the officers went to the prison to do their job, and when they went there, the ship was empty. Imagine you locked a man up yesterday, locked him up, put him in chain. You come back, he's gone. You see the chain along there. You're thinking, "Wow, what happened there, man?" You know what's there? Anyone ever had a car stolen before? My dad told me, it's like you can't believe it. Like you parked it there, like.
Okay.
You can't pick up a car and put in your pocket. You think, where's that car gone? And that's what the officer saw, like, raw, it was here. Like, where could they have gone? Keep going.
That's right. What was prisons? Verse 23, saying, the prison truly found, Salakia, saying, the prison truly found we shut with all safety and the keepers.
Say, listen, I truly shut this prison. I know of a surety. I locked it, double checked it. You know, you shake the thing. I truly know locked them in prison. I don't know where they're gone. I don't know where they could have gone. I know for a fact I locked them in prison. Keep reading.
God, saying the prison truly found we shut with all safety and the keepers standing without before the doors. But when we had opened, we found no man within.
So they said, we locked these doors and we've had keepers outside, man. A keeper is someone that watches something. Like if you watch football, the goalkeeper is the man that watches the goal, man. A bookkeeper library is the man that watches the books, man. And they had keepers outside the prison, people to watch, make sure no one goes in, no one goes out, man. Keep it in.
Verse 24. Now when the high priest and the captains of the temple and the chief priests heard these things, they doubted of them, whereunto this would grow.
So the priest heard this and like raw, this might grow, man. This news might spread, man. Keep it in.
Verse 25. Then came one and told them, saying, behold, the men ye put in prison are standing in the temple and teaching the people.
And then someone came and said, yo, you know the same men you put in prison? Like, yeah, guess where they are, man? In the temple, speaking again. Doing the same thing that you locked them up for. The same thing you told them to do. They're out, number one. God knows how to get out. And guess what? They're doing what you locked them up for in the beginning, man. Doing it again, man. Now, could you imagine being a Sadducee or a high priest hearing that? You locked him up thinking, man, I got him locked up. Showed him something. And the man's free again. Doing the same thing you told him not to do, man.
Verse 26. And then went the captains with the officers and brought them without violence, for they feared the people lest they should have been stoned.
And that's typical leadership, man. You know what I mean? Typical leader. The leaders don't want to start a riot, don't want to crowd people. They always do stuff like that, man. They got them, they got their disciples, but didn't get them violently. They didn't rough them up and put them in the back of the van because they need people. You need to go, yo, I like these people, man. Just like Mark Duggan. You know what I mean? Brother saw how Mark Duggan was shot. What they do? They rioted, man. They go, nice, they right, man. So they got their disciples, but they didn't get them rough. They didn't go in the back of the van and cuffed them because people uproar, man. They got them nicely. Come with me, I want to speak to a second, man. Got them nicely. And needed to do that all the time, man. They do that to crowd the people.
Right.
You know, just tactics they've been using since biblical days, man.
Verse 27. And when they had brought them, they set them before the council, and the high priest asked them, verse 28, saying, did not we straightly command you that you should not teach in the name?
Okay. So break it down for that one. What's the high priest saying to these men right here?
Yeah, it's like the other one. Yeah. I straightly told you, man, I strictly gave you an order and told you not to teach in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
There you go, man. He's saying, I caught him in the temple teaching like Yahweh stuff, man.
That's right.
Like, that man is going to be, he was the king of Israel, man. Now, I remember I locked you up for it, man. I straightly told you. What is it? You know what I mean? Straightly means it's direct.
God.
I didn't say, you know what I mean? Don't talk about you know who. Or maybe if you start talking like in a certain way, I'll lock you up, man. It's direct. Talk about Yahweh Shai, you go in prison, direct. Like, it was straightforward, man. You go, did I tell you about this man? Keep it in.
That's lucky. Khan 28, 28, I'll read again. Saying, did we not straightly command you that you should not teach in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai? And behold, ye have filled Jerusalem with your doctrine and intend to bring this man's blood upon us.
And God told you, don't teach in this man's name, man. Listen, you filled Jerusalem with your doctrine, man. Your teachings everywhere, man. Everyone knows about Yahweh Shai, man. Everyone knows about keeping the laws and black people are the real Jews. Everyone knows about not getting tattoos no more. Everyone knows about the Hispanics are Israelites now. Everyone knows about the Gadites. It's all over the internet now, man. Didn't we tell you don't teach these things, man? Keep reading.
So like the other one, they're not bothered about anything. That's how we know anyway. They're not bothered about anything else, man. But you know, just don't teach in this name, man. So like,
that's the best part, man. These brothers are fixing brothers with demons on them, and they don't care about that. They don't care about that. Listen, just don't take away my seat, man.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Someone will say, you know what, get my seat. They're helping black people, that's fine with me, man. They're fixing black people, that's fine with me, man. These brothers ain't having it.
Right.
The more brothers that go to you, I know about Christ, Yahweh Shai. They didn't know about me, man. The more brothers come to your class, my book's gonna be left in what's the bookstores like nowadays? HMV, The Works, W.H. Smith. Clifford, I was like, listen, no one's gonna buy my book, man. No one's gonna buy my 3-part DVD. As long as these brothers come to the I.S.U.P.K, what do they need me for, man? No one's gonna like and subscribe to my Instagram page no more, man.
That's right.
No gonna hit up my GoFundMe no more, man. I'm gonna buy my you know, I got a new book coming out, man. How to love the wife, part 4, man. How to fix a marriage, part 5. No one's gonna buy that as long as they're getting that good counsel from General Mahia, man. That's enough, man.
That's
forget
right.
The fact that they're fixing black people. Forget the fact that they're, you know, fixing black marriages. The fact that, listen, everyone comes to you, no one comes to me, man. And I can't have that. I can't have that. Before you in jail, I'm gonna shut your YouTube channel, I'm gonna flag your page. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, man. But you can't be spreading your doctrine all over England, man. Can't have that. Keep it in.
So like the other one, just like those you know, the Maroons, what he was mentioning before, that sold out for that position, man, that seat. You know, it's the same exact same thing, man.
I'm gonna tie it together. Man. Don't worry about that, man. 1 sec.
Another one. No sweat. Verse 29. And then Peter and the other apostle answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
What did Peter say?
We ought to obey God rather than man.
Peter said to the high priest, man.
That's right.
Colonel, the general. So we obey God rather than man. Right. That's what these Maroons should have said, man. You want to offer me jobs and say, listen, you get a good job here, or you can live in the mountains, man. You know what I mean? Didn't I tell you to fight for me? You know, didn't I tell you to bring them runaway slaves to me? The Maroons say, you know, listen, we obey God rather than man.
That's
We
right.
obey God rather than Colonel Fife, man. We obey God rather than what Her Majesty, man. That's who we obey, man. We obey God more than the U.S. Cavalry that wanted the Buffalo Soldiers to fight against God, man. That's who we obey, man. That's who
right.
we obey God, man. So guess what? I guess we just remain hungry then. I guess we remain in
Right.
the mountains. We ain't fighting our brothers, man. We ain't taking, man. Give me the book of Maccabees real quick. Chapter 1.
Come.
I think Maccabees 1 and 11.
First Maccabees.
Yeah, come.
Come. First Maccabees 1. First Maccabees. First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 11. In those days when there went there out of Jerusalem.
And
Wicked.
wait. In those days went they out of Jerusalem, man. Meaning those days there was black men. It's talking about black men, man. Men like the Maroons, men like the Buffalo Soldiers, man. In those days, what black men, brothers, man. Keep it in.
Salaki, I don't know if I may add to that. TD Jakes, man. Creflo Dollar.
There you go, man.
Al Sharpton.
All them right there, man.
That's right. Khan. In those days when they're out of Jerusalem, wicked men.
You go, man. You know what I mean? Wash it out, Sharpton. Wicked men. Anyone killing their brother, man. Anyone telling brothers to love our oppressor. That's a wicked man right there, man.
That's right.
You know, joining the oppressor's army is either a wicked man or a last man.
God.
Keep it in.
God. Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
What did these men say? Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen. Let us go and make an agreement with the heathen, man. Let's go join Colonel Five's payroll, man. Let Colonel Five give us permanent pay. That's a covenant right there, man. That's right. A contract right there, man. I work for you in your army, you pay me, man. Let us make a covenant with Colonel Gordon Fife, man.
Right.
Keep it in.
Khan. Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us. For since we departed from them, we have had.
So like since we left them, we used to be under the heathen, and since we left them, since we left the Spanish, man, since we left the British, man, we done.
Khan. We have had much sorrow.
Since we left the Spanish, we've been in the mountains, man. Living like cavemen, man. I want to go back in the city, man. I want to go in Kingston City. I want a house too. I'm tired of living in the mountains. I'm tired of living in some TP, man. Since we departed from Spanish, man, come on, man. We don't get to be in the cane fields no more. At least in the cane fields, we're hot for ourselves, man. We're the house for ourselves, man. Now we're in the mountains, man. You know what I mean? I don't want it. Since the heathen departed from us, we've had much sorrow, man. Let's go ask Colonel Five how much he's paying, man. Let's go ask Colonel Five, you know what I mean? If I can get some of that permanent pay.
Income.
Permanent pay, man. Yo, let's see if Colonel Five can station me in Kingston or something. Morant's Bay, man. Get some of that pay, man. Because since the Spanish left, listen, man, I have much sorrow, man.
That's right.
Me, man. And that's what these brothers did, man. So luck, yeah. You know what I mean? So I had a question. Someone gave me a question this week about Isaiah 4. If you get that for me about in those days.
Was we going to finish up? Slack the other one. We're going to finish up that Acts 29.
No, you can drop that. Give me Isaiah 4.
Got it. Isaiah 4 verse
1.
Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1. And in that day 7 women shall take of hold of one man.
The Bible says in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man. So 7 women, 1 man. 7 women married to 1 man.
Right.
So a lot of people think that this is talking about the future. It says in that day 7 women shall take hold to 1 man. Let's find out what day that is. That day is today. It's not the future, man. So
That's
start
right.
from it's like yeah. Give me verse. Yeah, give me Isaiah 3 and 16.
Can. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, Yahweh says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes.
This is the daughters of Zion, meaning black women, Hispanic women, Native Indian women, man. The Lord said because of haughty, well, haughty means to be high. Because a woman's supposed to be humble, man. It's a woman's name, humble, but not today. Women are all up in your face, talking about to the left, kicking him out of the house, put him on the couch. Because we were haughty, happened back then, man. Because we were haughty and laughed what was up there. The Lord cursed our women, man. Keep reading.
That's right. Walking and mincing as they go.
Walking and mincing as they go, man. Walking all proud like they own the place, man. You know what I mean? Walking and widening, stretch forth necks. Woman, someone with a stretch forth neck is someone that's proud, man. Next out there. Someone who's humble, next down, down and humble. You call SHALAM, man. You know what I mean? Our women walk around with stretch forth necks. And even today, look at them, man. Look at people like Megan Thee Stallion, man. You know, people like Little Kim and so forth, man. The whores and they're proud of it, man. Look at the city girls, man.
Right.
City girls, man, whores and proud. Have you heard the lyrics? Girls that pay me for a suck and slab, man. That's prostitution, man. Any act, any sex that requires payment is prostitution, man.
That's right.
Putting it out there on records for my daughter to sing, man. Salakia. She won't be singing that song, man. That's what our sisters be doing nowadays, man. Salakia.
That's right.
Yeah, and even in the UK, man, you got a woman like La Familia. You know what I mean? She got her own escorting agency, man. But she pimps out other black women, man. Putting it on Instagram. You can hit the link below, and you can get these women for your video, man. Sisters in East London like Paige Cakey, man. Pretty sister too, man. Talking about she's a lesbian and so forth, man. Every woman dressed in man clothes. Women like Nadia Rose, man, who Storms' cousin, but she's a sister though, man. No, watch that. Everyone's like, listen, she's pretty, man, pretty sister, man. I think Storms' mom and her mom are sisters, man. But that's a brother, man. Pretty sister talking about how she's a lesbian, man. And talking about Instagram the other day, she got her first white penis, and it was an experience. You know what I mean? And putting it out there, not even ashamed, man. Putting it out there for the world to see, man. That's walking around with a stretched forth neck, man.
That's right. And wanton eyes.
And wanting eyes, man. I mean, you want everything you see, man. Once lost in for everything. I want this, I want that. Keep it in.
Walking the midst. Walking.
Now, and what's heavy is, to show that verse is us. You mean that's one everything, and like the one everything so bad that if you can't provide anything, that if you can't provide everything, they're willing to go with someone else that can just provide that bit much more.
Salakia. I was watching something like that, and sometimes these guys, they got the fat ride, the Ferrari and these, them big cars, and they stop and they see a girl and they start chatting to the girl. The girl's not interested, and the guy walks over to his car and then she comes running behind him. Yo,
yeah,
man.
There's a prank. A guy will speak to a girl.
Right.
And they go, all right, see ya. Choop choop. Press the button. Some nice, pretty car, everything. And the girl tune the stages, change. Oh, actually, you ain't too bad looking, and you know what I mean. Right. White, man. Like
switch it off, man. Go on. Walking and mincing as they go, and making a twinkling with their feet.
And making a tinkling with their feet, man. You know what I mean? Walking around, trying to get everyone's attention, man. Some of these girls can't keep put, man. Back then, tinkling with your feet. Back then, talking about what ankle bracelets. Just tinkling. It's them heels, man. Just fucking trying to get everyone's attention, man. Sit down, man. Go in the kitchen somewhere, man.
That's right, man.
We're walking. I know some girls that get dressed just to find attention. I know some girls that don't even want a man but need that attention. Something about that attention, man. Something about them likes, the posters in different outfits. They're changing outfits, taking a picture, then taking it off, and putting another one on, and it's changing their ankles, then going outside by the car, snapping their dinner, snapping them, snapping everything, man. Every outfit, every dress, in every occasion, man. Just want attention, man. Lost in it, man. They need attention. They need them likes, man. I know women that won't go to other women. You like why? Because she didn't like my picture. Oh, so that means she don't like you, yeah. I had no idea because I ain't old, but I'm old school. Sometimes you're flicking through and you go, oh, it's a nice picture. Keep flicking. I did not know you had to like it, man. I had no idea. If you don't, it means you don't. It means that's beef, man. It's beef. That's what it means. No one told me. I got the memo late, man. I had to find it the hard way. You know, everyone hit me up. Oh, yeah. People hit me up. Is there a problem? I was like, nah. I noticed you know, you saw the picture. I saw a notification on what's it called, WhatsApp, at Snapchat, but you didn't comment. I'm like, oh, I found that late, man. That's a new thing right there, man. Everyone wants attention, man. So like,
verse 17. Therefore, Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of the head.
And because of that, because our women are, you know, wanton and haughty and whatever the Bible describes up above, because of that, the Lord smite them, hit them in the crown of their head, man. Keep it in.
And on God, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover their secret parts.
And the Lord will discover their secret parts, man. The secret parts are parts that you don't show to the world, man. The parts you cover up, the parts that you're embarrassed of, man. Keep it in.
And on God, verse 18. In that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their twinkling ornaments
and
about their feet.
That's today. Once upon a time, our woman was living good, man. Our woman was people like Ruth and Miriam and living good, man. And now guess what? Now we're whores on the street corner, man.
Right.
We got 4 or 5 different baby fathers, man. Why? Because the Lord took away all our good stuff, man. All the ornaments and all our glory, man. We went from women like Ruth. What's the sister? Judith. Esther. We went from women like that to Little Kim. We went from women like that to Nadia Rose. Women like that to Paige Cakey, man. Why? Because the Lord took away all our glory, man. The Lord taking it. The Lord gave us glory and He took it away, man. Keep it in.
God. A bravery of their tinkling ornaments and about their feet and their calls and their round tires like the moon.
Keep it in.
God, verse 19. The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers.
And the Lord took away all these things, man. Meaning what? God. The Lord took away these things. What happened? If the Lord took away these things, then what does that mean about these things? It means we had it, man.
That's right.
All them Jehovah's Witnesses talk about, you can't wear gold. You can't look nice. You're a woman, you can't look nice. Well, we had it. The Lord took it away. So it means initially we had it, man.
That's right.
Good. A woman had the ornaments, had the necklaces, had the chains, had the foot ornaments, man. Had the attires like the moon. They had it, man. And the Lord took it away. I mean, there's nothing wrong with looking good, man. The problem is when you're a whore. The problem is when you're having sex with somebody else who's not your man. That's the problem. Ain't that woman looking beautiful, man? You don't know the Bible, man. Seventh-day Adventists don't know the Bible. It's not a sin to have jewelry, man.
That's right.
Look good, man.
So like the other one.
You read on, you can't?
Yeah, I used to think that way myself. You know, I used to think a bit of that myself, but it's also it's in us to want these things because we once had it. You know what I'm saying? It's actually in us to want them things, man. You know what I mean? But they've been taught out of us that we're not supposed to buy the, Christian church, we're not supposed to desire these things, but it's already in us to want them. You know what I mean?
Stop, one moment.
In that day, Yahweh will take away their bravery of their twinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and their round attire like the moon.
Okay. So the Most High took away these things. Took away these things, so meaning we had it. So nothing. Nothing's wrong with having these things.
That's
the problem
right.
is when you serve them, you love it. The things you'll do to get it, that's the problem, man. But having it ain't the problem. A lot of women come in the truth, man, and straight away they think, oh, I gotta start looking. You know, it means that I gotta start looking off. You don't mean that, man. You still look beautiful, man. But don't do immoral things to get these things, man. Don't have sex with another man to get these things. Don't worship these things. Don't serve these things, man. You know what I mean? Keep reading. Bear 1 second. The changeable suits of apparel and mantles. So changeable suits, man. Meaning all women had many different outfits, man. Apparel is your clothing. It had loads of different clothing, man. Ain't nothing. Women like to have loads of pair of heels and stuff, and loads of pair of the same heels, just in different colors, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You can have that, man. You can have that. Why? Because we had it in the past. And the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. So women had fine linen, meaning good material, man. Linen feels good upon your skin. We didn't have no potato sack, man. Our women look good, man. Verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of a sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, and instead of well set hair, baldness. And the Lord made a woman bold. Why? You know, a lot of our women get extensions and weaves and whatnot. Why? Because the Lord made them bold, man. That was a curse the Lord put upon our women, man, because they wouldn't listen to him. And instead of a stomach, a girdle of sackcloth, and burning instead of a beauty. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and the mighty men in war, and her gate shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. And that's what happened to us because we didn't want to listen to the Most High, man. We started mourning, got carried into Babylon, carried into Jamaica, the Caribbean, and England today, man. We're people mourning to this day. Why? Because we didn't listen to the Lord, man. Keep reading. I'm at verse 4 now.
Isaiah 3 and 4.
Come on.
Isaiah 3 and 4. And I will give such a children.
No, it's like 4 before verse 4.
Oh, Isaiah 3 and 4. Sure, that's right. Isaiah 3 and 4.
No, 4 and 1 stuff.
Isaiah 4 and 1. And in that day, 7 where women shall take hold of one man.
The Bible said, in that day, man. What day? The day where we're mourning, man. The day where the Lord took the hair of our sisters, man. The day the Lord took all the jewelry and all the glory away from our sisters, man. In that day. When is that day? Today, man.
That's right.
Tensions and weave right now. Are our people mourning when? Right now. Are people got no glory? When? Right now. In the kingdom, you can't even talk about the kingdom of heaven, because in the kingdom of heaven, our people get glory, man. In the kingdom of heaven, our people won't be mourning, man. Talking about right now, that day, man, the day we're mourning, man. Keep it in.
Saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. So, you know, that's heavy right there, man. So what the officer's bringing out is, you know what I mean, that this day is already. He read it from Isaiah 3, and it lets you know what that day is when there's a lack of men. You know what I mean? So when people look at that verse in that day in Isaiah 4 and 1, he's not talking about no future event. That day is right now, man. That day is right now, where, you know, in this society there is a lack of men. And think about it, you know what I mean? Lots of men are locked up. Some men are sexual deviants, so they don't want a woman. And you know what I mean? All things that seduce men from, you know what I mean, that or don't want kids or they can't. So that's why these women are taking hold of one man, because there's a lack of men out there.
And Salakia also, other one.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, if I may add to that, is lacking righteous men. You know what I mean? That's gonna lead them in the truth and understanding of the Most High. You get me?
Again,
So,
yeah, I'm not going through it. Slack, read that, Slack, yeah. Give me verse 2 about Shah. Slack one.
oh, me.
Yeah.
Okay, Khan, verse 2, 3 or 2.
4 and 2.
4 and 2, got it. Khan. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious.
And that day the branch of the Lord shall be beautiful and glorious, man. And it's good you mentioned the Lord. You know what I mean? When we're reading the Bible, or just reading purposes, we don't say the Lord's name all the time. It's not good to say the Lord's name all the time. That's take his name in vain. You know what I mean? Reading the Hebrew, you know, certain and fair enough, we say his name. But sometimes it's good, you know what I mean? It's good you picked up on that. A lot when we're reading, sometimes it's the Most High or the Lord. You know what I mean? We don't say his name all the time. You know, if we cry out to the Most High, pleading with him, you know what I mean? Because that's what praying is. Praying is pleading to the Most High, man. That's why we shout loud, arms open. Then we'll call his name, man. We'll cry out his name. But reading to him, the Most High or the Lord, man. So it's good, you know what I mean? You corrected that. So if you could read it again, Slack, yeah.
Khan, verse 2. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious.
In that day, it's going to be beautiful again, man. We're going to come back to the Most High, you know what I mean? Sisters are going to stop doing what they're doing. Women, you know, in sin, I mean, you know, being whores and glorifying it, man. In that day, that day is right now, man.
That's right.
Listen, let me tell you something, man. There's nothing that's in the Bible that we can't do now. Nothing, man.
Right.
A man can have more than one wife in the Bible, man. Something can't be a sin now, but gonna be lawful in the future. It's ridiculous,
that's
man.
Right.
You can't talk now, but you can eat it in the kingdom, man. It's even lawful, but it's not lawful, man. Listen, Christ said the kingdom of heaven is in us, man.
That's right.
In us. The same men that are here today teaching the kingdom of heaven are going to be in the kingdom of heaven ruling, man.
That's right.
You're not going to transition into some magical theme, man. What we're doing right now, we're going to do in the kingdom, man. Why is it, if it's going to be lawful in the kingdom, why isn't it lawful now, man?
Right.
We can't eat pork right now. We can't eat pork in the kingdom, man. We can't be sexual deviants now. We can't be sexual deviants in the kingdom, man. So why is it a man can't have 7 wives now, but in the kingdom it's fine? Listen, man. So women think that, because in the kingdom I can do it. In the kingdom I won't be jealous. Listen, women are going to be jealous regardless, man. Women are going to be jealous now, and they're going to be jealous in the kingdom. This is how it is, man. Let me tell you something. In the Bible, Rachel and Leah were jealous over Jacob, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? Women think that in the kingdom, I'll listen to it then. Right now, I listen to it, man. Listen, man, 7 women are going to take hold of one man, man. Listen, 7 women take hold of one drug dealer, a man that sells drugs, man. Why can't 7 women take hold of a right man? It seems like I got to be a drug dealer to get 7 women, man. So luck, yeah. Seems like I got to sell drugs to get some love out here, man.
Right.
7 women will take hold of one drug dealer, and they'll know he got 6 other women, man. They will know about his other children, man. But they don't care. Why? Because they got a BMW, man. And that, sisters, that says a lot about you, man. I.S.U.P.K, particular, that says a lot about you, man. Show how cheap you are, man. That you don't agree with multiple wives. But I do if the man sells drugs. I'll listen to it if the man got some money, man. That's a lot about you. That you count your body cheap. A bit of money, and you're already ready to open your legs for a man that has other women. When it comes to the men of God, no, I got morals. I could never do that. It's all me or nobody else, man. But a bit of money, I'm cracking them legs open, man. It's a lot about you, man.
That's right.
You don't take much for you to open your legs, man. Take some BMW 1 Series for you to crack your legs, man, and say, you know what? He got 4 other women, but I don't care, man. That's what it takes. It's a lot about you, man. So, sorry, the one.
Yeah, and one thing that they always like to say, the men back then they were righteous. Like, what does that mean? So hang on now. Like, what now? The men today ain't righteous. The men in 1 West, we are not righteous.
That's right.
So that's nonsense, you know. Yeah, but you gotta look at the man back then. He was righteous. Like,
You know,
we keep the same laws. They would keep him back then.
I really want to know. Yeah, but the men back then were righteous, man.
Right.
Listen, you rather me than Abraham, man. You don't want Abraham as your man, man. You say you women feel that Abraham's some soft, man. Abraham was hardcore, man. Abraham, the most I told Abraham to kick out his son, man. Abraham did it, man. Abraham was gonna go stab one of his children with a knife, man. Because the Lord told him to do so, man. Listen, you don't want Abraham. Trust me, don't that. I do it for Abraham because he's a nice guy with you. Listen, you don't want Abraham, man. Abraham having a kitchen cooking, man. Trust me. Abraham don't play them games, man. You know what I mean? Abraham was a hardcore man with the most high, man. You don't want trust me, man. You know what I mean? So they talk about Abraham was righteous though. So what if I am, man? What if the men in the UPK are, man? All of us are righteous. The same laws, the same thing that made Abraham righteous makes me righteous, man.
That's right.
I can keep the law, man. I'm righteous because I keep the law, man. So someone give me Luke 1 and 6 real quick, man.
I was like, I've got a comment online from the captain, Mashap my young man, the warhead. Right. The women back then were the urgins. They bled after sex. How many man have you had before?
The women back then were virgins, man.
Right.
Like, see the problems you men, but the women back then were virgins, man.
Yeah.
Right. But the women back then were virgins, weren't touched, man. Nice.
That's right.
The high men still intact. You know what I mean? Young virgins, you know what I mean? But vary from what age 19 to 20, whatever the case may be, man. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna show you why these men were righteous. Give me Luke 1 and 6.
And so like you're talking about Abraham being a warrior, right? When he went to get Lot back, man, when he took some men, armed himself with some men, and went and got Lot back. You know what I'm saying?
Abraham, what you read the scripture, Abraham did guerrilla warfare, man. Like the Marines, just came outright, broke the lanterns, and just killed all them people inside the Gomorrah.
Right. Slack, what's
East Indian, the king of the Edomites.
King of the Edomites, and got Lot back, man. So give me Luke 1 and 6.
Slack, is that me or me?
Yeah, come.
Luke 1, did you say? Slack, I don't.
Luke 1 and 6.
Luke 1 and 6. 1 sec. All right, Luke chapter 1, verse 6. And they were both righteous before God.
And they were both righteous. Both of them were righteous, talking about Zachariah and Zachariah and Elizabeth, man. John the Baptist's mom and dad, both of them were righteous, man. Seeing as you want to say Abraham was righteous. You know, we're talking about Zachariah's John the Baptist's mom and dad, they were both righteous, man. And the next line gonna explain to you how you become righteous. Keep it in.
And they were both righteous before God, walking in all the commandments and ordinances of the Lord, blameless.
Man, when you keep the commandments of God, man, and what do you think we're doing I.S.U.P.K, man? What do you think we're doing on the street corners? What do you think we're teaching right now, man? We're teaching brothers. What do you think we do at home, man? You can come to our house and we'll see no pork in our refrigerators, man. You come to our house and you won't see no drugs on our dresser, man.
That's right.
Drugs, no visitor paper, no roaches, you know, no crap, nothing. We're righteous, man.
That's right.
Get 7 wives to his righteous, and so can I, man. So can Tazar, so can, you know, Captain Parasha, you know, so can Captain Mashap, my young man. The only way you're gonna give a tail to a righteous man, then you might as well pass it here, man. So lucky, man. Was that too blunt?
Yeah.
If you're gonna give a tail to if you're gonna share a righteous man, then you might as well share me, man. Because Abraham makes me righteous too, man. I follow the same God that Abraham follows, man. Abraham was right. You see, you don't mind sharing a righteous man, then guess what, man? You might as well share me, man. So yeah, that's all I gotta say, man. Give me what's Luke trying to mean? 7 and 4. It shall be righteousness.
No, 6 and 24.
Deuteronomy 6 and 24. One for sure.
Come 6. Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 24. And the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God.
That's not the one. Wait, Deuteronomy 6:24.
God, 6:24.
Carry on.
Read on.
Please.
To fear the Lord, to do all these statutes, to fear the Lord our God.
The Lord told us to do all these statutes to fear Him. That's how you fear the Most High. When you keep His laws, statutes, and commandments. If you fear the Most High, you won't eat pork. So why you don't want to get that coronavirus, man? You feel what the Lord does. You feel what the Lord can. You feel what the Lord can do to you. Therefore, you keep the commandments, just like your parents, man. You fear your parents, so you follow their rules. You don't want that beating from your father, so you come in at 9, man. You don't want that beating from your father, so what? You clean that room, man. You don't want to be grounded by your parents, so what do? You eat your dinner, man. You do what rules your father has in the house. And likewise with the Lord, man. You fear Him, you keep His rules. Therefore, you don't have to face His wrath, man. Simple as that, man. Keep it in.
But on account to do these statutes, to fear the Lord our God for our good.
For our good. So imagine you follow the laws of God, you follow the Most High, fear the Most High for your good, man.
Right.
If you don't, you're gonna die. If you don't, you're gonna get corona. You smoke weed, you're gonna get the cancer. You smoke weed, you're gonna be the paranoia, schizophrenic. So you follow the Most High for your good, man. So you can live. If you don't, you will die. Simple as that, man. So if you want to live black, man, if every black Hispanic man wants to live, tired of dying, tired of overdosing, tired of seeing his sons dead in gangs, you know what you gotta do, man. Come to the I.S.U.P.K, man.
That's right.
You're tired of your children dying, tired of black on black crime, knife crime, and you want to live, you come to the I.S.U.P.K, man. It's the only place where we teach the laws, man. It's the only place taught. It's the only place the laws of God is taught on the face of this earth, man. And if you're in England, Brixton, Peckham, Moss Side, Topstep, you just come to the Most High's house, man. And that's 394 Large Road, B18 5PW, man.
I got a question line.
Go on.
From a sister. What if a brother or sister is with a partner who's white? What do they need to do? I am asking for a sister.
Okay, so if you could stop and get me Malachi. Malachi 2:16. If a brother or sister is married to a heathen and they didn't know better, but you still can't divorce that heathen, so you have to stay with him. What's the precept? Moses and his woman, man. Moses had a heathen woman before he knew the law, and Moses stayed with that heathen woman. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, you come in the truth, you find out that you were a heathen and it's wrong, and guess what? The Lord will do you a favor, man. He'll let that heathen leave anyway. You know what I mean? 9 times out of 10, I can't from school. Oh, so 9 out of 10, the Lord, you know, that the heathen will see you not eating pork no more, not celebrating Christmas. I can't do this, man. The heathen will say, you're in a cult, man, and the heathen will leave anyway. 9 out of 10, but you can't leave. You know what I mean? Once you sick somebody, once you sick somebody, you're married to that person. You know, whether you knew or not. Read that to me, Bob Shah.
So like the other one, Malachi 1 verse
2 and 16.
Oh, 2:15, Slakia. Malachi chapter 2, verse 15.
16.
And did not, and did not he make one, yet had he the residue of the Spirit. And wherefore one, that he might seek a godly seed. Therefore, take heed to your spirit.
Verse 16.
Verse 16. Verse 16. For the Lord, the God of Israel, saith that he hateth putting away.
And the Bible says the Lord hateth the putting away, meaning you can't put away your woman, you can't put away your man. The Lord don't like that, man. You know what I mean? In the beginning, as Christ said, in the beginning, it was not so. So we had a law of divorce in the Old Testament, but it was not. So Moses did that. Moses allowed us to divorce each other. Why? Because we were wicked, man. So to stop us from killing each other and fighting and killing each other's car and burning down the house like Lisa left by Lopez, the Lord said, you know what? Just divorce each other, man. Because you will all kill each other. But Christ came back. Listen, in the beginning, it was not so, man. So if you're a woman, you made a mistake in the past, stay with that heathen, man. If she be pleased to dwell. You're a man with that heathen woman, stay with that heathen woman, man. If she be pleased to dwell, man. You know what I mean? Lord allow, she leaves, man. She said, I can't do this, man. And you're free, man. And now you're in the truth, you know better. Guess what you gotta do? Marry a black or Hispanic woman, man.
Right.
You know, when you're with a heathen man, you go, oh, you're racist, man. I'm leaving, man. You ain't this, that, and they leave you. And you're free. You're free to be free, man. I married one of these warriors in the I.S.U.P.K, man. You know, man. Years down the line, he can't try to take you back. It's done. It's over, man. Once he puts you away, that is it, man. And you can go free to marry one of these soldiers in the I.S.U.P.K, one of these warriors, man. And likewise with women also, man. Give me Moses as well. Let me get that. Give me the book of Numbers real quick.
Slakia?
Give me the book of Numbers.
Numbers, God. Yeah, Numbers.
1 second. Numbers 12, I believe it is.
12.
Give me number 12 and 1. Tell me what it says.
Numbers 12 and 1.
Khan.
And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses. That's
the one. Read that.
Khan. And Miriam and Aaron spake against Moses, because because of the Ethiopian woman whom he had married.
But Moses' sister and Moses' brother was speaking against Moses, man, because of the Ethiopian woman that he married. Speaking against him. Didn't Moses become Ethiopian? So what's he doing, one?
Right.
You know, Moses was the one that Moses gave the law. In the law, it said you can't have an Ethiopian woman. Meanwhile, Moses had one, and his brother and sister against him, spoke down on him, insulting him because of this Ethiopian woman that he had. In his law, which he said you can't have one. But this is the deal, though. Moses was in the truth when he married this Ethiopian man. He didn't know no better. He was ignorant, man. Keep it in.
Because he married an Ethiopian woman. Verse 2. And they said, as the Lord indeed spake only by Moses.
And they said, listen to what they said. They said, has the Lord only spoken by Moses? What they saying this is our point, man. Don't it sound like what people say about the UPK?
That's right. God.
Is the Lord only with you? Is the Lord only speaking with you? That's what they said. They said the Lord ain't only dealing with Moses. And guess what? The Lord was
right.
Only dealing with Moses, man.
God.
Therefore, I'm holy too. I'm a Levite too. I'm circumcised too. You know what I mean? My forefather too, man. You're not going to tell me just dealing with Moses. That's what they said, man.
God.
That's what these fake Israelite camps say, man. I
got
shit today too, man. I know the John 15 breakdown too. You're not going to tell me the Lord's only dealing with the I.S.U.P.K, man. That's what Moses' sister and his brother said about him. Read that part again.
God. And they said, has the Lord indeed spoken only by Moses?
And they said, has the Lord only spoken by Moses? I mean, nah, man. The Lord speaks to me too, man. Moses ain't the only one in charge. Keep it in.
God. Had he not spoken also by us?
There you go. He ain't spoken by us as well. You know, I do the work also, man. I know John 15 breakdown also. You know what I mean? I know all the breakdowns too. Keep it in.
God. And the Lord heard it.
And the Lord heard it, man. The Lord heard the insult that they were saying against his prophet, man. And the Lord, it weren't pleased, man. The Lord was not pleased, man. It's like we done.
God. Verse 3. Now the man Moses was very meek above all men which were upon the face of the earth.
Keep reading.
God. Verse 4. And the Lord spake suddenly unto Moses and unto Aaron and unto Miriam, come out, ye three, unto the tabernacle of the congregation. And
so
three.
The Lord called all three of them, Moses, his sister, his brother. Keep reading.
That's right. Verse 5. And the Lord came down in a pillar of a cloud and stood in the door of the tabernacle and called Aaron and Miriam, and they both came forth.
All right, keep reading.
Verse 6. And he said, hear now my words. If there be a prophet among you, I, the Lord, Yahweh, will make himself known unto him in a vision.
Yeah, can Mosai, yeah. So the Mosai said, listen, if I got a prophet, yeah, I would speak to him in a vision, like what John the Revelator in the Bible, the book of Revelation, the prophet, man. And the Lord spoke to him how? In a vision. In a vision, talk about the beast and the 7 beasts and the heads, all that is symbolic, talk to in a vision, man. Ezekiel in a vision, Isaiah in a vision, man. Are we done?
And I will speak unto him in a dream. Verse 7. My servant Moses is not so.
But my servant Moses ain't like that, man. You read the book of Revelation. The book of Revelation starts off with I was in the spirit on the Lord's day, man. I mean, what everything you see in this book is spiritual. Talks about John was in a trance and saw images in like a daydream. Not Moses. Not with Moses. Moses did that. Keep reading.
My servant Moses is not so, who is faithful in all my house. With him will I speak mouth to mouth.
Okay, what's the Lord saying here? What's the Lord saying? Listen, every other prophet, I'll speak to him in a vision, in dark sayings and parables, like what you read in Revelation. But with Moses, I speak to him face to face, mouth to mouth. What's the Lord saying here?
Direct.
Direct about what? On topic.
About topic. About
you're almost there. What's this whole argument about in the first place?
They speak directly to him about
what was Miriam and Aaron complaining about?
About does the Lord only speak to Moses? Don't he also speak to us? Oh, but about the Ethiopian woman.
What's the Lord saying here?
So like, nah, I can't pick it up.
Listen, if I wanted Moses to put away the Ethiopian woman, I would tell him, man.
Okay.
And the next line said, what said Moses what was meek and just, meaning what? I wanted Moses to put away the Ethiopian woman, he would do it.
Okay,
I wouldn't tell him in a dream. I would tell him, and guess what? Moses said the man Moses was what? Meek and just. Say Moses was so humble, he would do it, man. He would just do it. That's what the Lord said, man. So again, that's the question. A few more questions online. Woman said, I do feel we have an opinion to choose a man that wants monogamy. Yeah, you do, man. Let me tell you something. Listen, if you're a woman, listen, it's your life, man. It's your life. So some people like 3-4 cars. Some people like 1 car. Some people are like to dress up. Some people are not too fussy with dressing up. They like the simple life. That is fine, man. If you're a woman, and you want your man to have 1 man, you know what you got to do, man? Find a man that wants 1 man. 1 woman's like, yeah. You know what that's what you got to do. Or your woman don't want to get married at all. You can do just that, man. You know what I mean? You don't have to. What you have to do is put down weed, drugs, start becoming a whore, coming to school. But if you're a woman, you want a man for yourself, then just find a man that wants 1 woman, man. Simple as that. You know what I mean? You don't have to agree with multiple wives. You cannot want it for yourself. You can say, nah, it's not for me. I don't want it. You know, I'm a jealous person. I couldn't live like that. That is fine. The only thing you have to do is don't become a whore, man. You know what I mean? Get more shoes, man. Put on some clothes. Stop being naked. Just come in the I.S.U.P.K. That's what you have to do. You don't have to. You know what I mean? That's up to you. Okay, who else? All right, cool. That's it. With that, I'm handing over to that's class. With that, I'm handing over to Priest and Prophet, captain of 10,000 Parasha.
We are at I.S.U.P.K. started at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General YAHANNA, ruled for a new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation. The teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After the 6 months, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:10 means 10th ma'ashra, 10% of any increase you receive from the Lord. Give to the Treasury Department. Priest fund, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations is Hanukkah on the 9th of December. All Akim, all Akim and Aqua, check the bulletin board in the hallway and check all I.S.U.P.K social media. So that's Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and the Google My Business as well, man. You know what I mean? You can get the directions for the school as well, and the events. So, you know, if you look at the event list, every class that we have, they're made a week in advance. So you know, so you will also know that as well. If anyone wants to become a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, I mud him. And the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa. Shabbat Shemayim. Kodash. Hayah. Shamka. Yahweh. Malak-Waka. Daba'ah. Ratazaka. Hayah. Aisha. Ba'aratazah. Kawa. Hayah. Ba'Shemayim. Fundanawa. Nakam. Cow. Yawam. Wasalaknawa. Kabawaknawa. Kasalaknawa. Abawak. Kabawafinawa. Wala'a. Dabayainawa. Wanasayawan. Abor. Hawashainawa. Mayan. Right. Kaya. Laka. Hamalakwa. Waha'ala. Wahapapara. I will love you. Amen. And in the English, our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done. In earth, as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread. And forgive us our debt, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. And with that, we're going to give the teacher one courtesy salute. Past time. Men of Israel, I Madim Shabbat, I Madim Barak, Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barak. Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai Barakatah. Yad Yamata, class dismissed.